This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Sunset Trail Model 222RB. Okay. Alright, so I'm on the outside of the trailer, door side at the rear. Okay, so got an outside kitchen here with a dorm refrigerator and a cooktop, like so, grill styled. Now keep in mind, this has to be plugged in, so I'm just going to show you the plug here, or the LP line here. This is the quick connect male fitting here. Now let me show you where that goes. Okay, right here, if you can see it, let me get a better view of it. Right there, that's a quick connect, and that's where you would connect that to. Okay, you've got power stabilizer, like so. Now you don't lift the trailer with these, you just steady it. You're just taking the shake out of it. You got one switch to control both rear and then another switch to control both front. Okay. This is your water heater. It works on both gas and electric. Alright, so it's empty right now because the trailer is winterized. But this is the drain right here. You can see the cap is off, and then this is the cap right here. Okay. The switches to operate it are inside. Like I said, this will run on electricity, which is the most common way to use it. It'll also run on LP gas. And like both the switches are operated on, or are located on the inside. Okay. Alright, so you have a power awning, 2 outdoor speakers. You have excuse me, power and antenna satellite out here if you want to put a TV out here. That's the vent for your furnace. Your stairs flip right up inside the trailer. You can adjust the legs independently. Okay, so they both adjust, so you can adjust them to the terrain. This is for your front stabilizer jacks. It works both front jacks. Alright, your hitch, which is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch. We will show you how that operates when you come to pick up your trailer, but keep in mind you can always go to their website, Husky Centerline, and look at their hookup videos if you're out on the road somewhere and you just need to have your memory or your refreshed. Now, this little crank here, let me see if I can get a good picture of it. This one right here is in case your power tongue jack fails. This is your power tongue jack. So you can crank it right in there if you need to. So if this fails, you can operate it manually. Okay, let me put that back in tight. So I'll never remember. There we go. Let me walk over here just for 1 second. Take a quick look and see what we have. Okay. So you have 2 LP tanks, a deep cycle marine battery right here. This is your water center here. So you have city water hookup right here, which is the most common way to get water to the trailer. You just hook up the city water and turn on the faucet, and there you go. Now if you go to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank on board right here, and then use the onboard pump to pump it. 2 separate systems. If you use the one, you don't have to worry about the other. But even if you're camping out in the middle of nowhere or at a more rustic park, you still can use all the plumbing if you plan ahead and fill the water tank. This here, well, let's do this here. This here is the kill switch for your battery. I can't see the monitor very well, so I'm trying to see it. Here it is. Right here. I can't see the sun. Anyway, let me just back up a bit. So you just turn it on and off, and that disconnects the battery from the trailer. This is a sprayer that you can plug into a port, so you can hose things down. I'll show you that when we get to it. Now this right here is the black tank flush. So after you dump your black tank, you can leave the valve open like it states on the sticker here. Leave the valve open, put a hose on here, turn it on, and it'll spray out your black tank, so it'll clean the inside of it really well. Black tank, of course, is toilet water and waste, so that's a good thing to do. I'll show you more about dumping it when we get to the back of the trailer. Now this has a quick drain on it. It's a really large drain. You can see the white thing there, hopefully. You just pull that gate valve and the fresh water will come whooshing out. That valve is just for your onboard fresh water tank. Okay. This is where you hook your dump hose up to right here. And these are the two valves. The gray valve is for sink and shower water, and the black one is toilet water and waste. So you dump the black one first by pulling it out. Then after it's dumped, you'll dump the gray one second because it's cleaner water than the black water. So sink and shower water for the gray, toilet water and waste for the black. So like I said, you dump the black first, then the gray. Then if you leave your black valve open, you can go back up front and hook up the hose to the flush system and spray out your black tank even better. Okay. All right. This is a 30 amp system, and you have a 30-foot 30 amp cord with it. You have a ladder, which is a great thing. You can go up and inspect your roof very easily. With all trailers, you need to inspect them every 90 days or so. You want to go up on the roof and look around, check for sepping or cracking or separation or damage or anything like that. You just give it a look over. It's very important to do that. Also, this housing right above the word sunset tells us that this is pre-wired for a backup camera. The sprayer I showed you up front plugs right into here, and in here this is just hookups for campground cable, that sort of thing, satellite dish, whatever. Okay. All right, so let's go inside. I did mention there's a power awning, I believe. It has a light on it and everything. Just make sure when you're using the awning, if you're not going to be at the campsite, you always want to let's go around here. You always want to retract it and roll it up before you leave, because you don't want it to get damaged by the weather. It's like a lot of pressure builds up underneath it, so it can get damaged in just a second. Okay. This is for your awning right here. Extend and retract. This is your slide out right here, which is retracted right now, of course. Awning light. Inside lights here. Let me show you the awning light now that it's on. There you go. Okay. Now your water pump is right here. I told you can pump your own water. It's right here. To light your water here on gas, it's that. To light it on electric, it's like this. Always make sure there's water in the hot water tank before you turn it on, or you'll damage it. So you'll hook the fresh water up, the hose up, turn it on, and then you'll turn on a hot water valve on one of your sinks. And while the water tank is empty, it'll just sort of blow out air, and then a mixture of air and water, and eventually you get solid water out of it. That's how you know it's full. Alright. Also, your battery is charged, as you can see. Fresh water is empty. It graduates up in 1/3 increments as it fills. Your black is empty, and it graduates up. Once it gets past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping that and the gray, like that. Okay. The second gray tank you don't pay any attention to. This one, I believe, just has one, which is the standard panel. Okay. Also, this device down here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector and low battery alarm. So here comes another self-test, and then it'll beep very slowly. When it beeps slow like that, it's telling you your battery's low. The other beeps are either for LP gas or carbon dioxide buildup. You see how the LED went back to green? It should always be green like that. If it's not, you get it taken care of, get it serviced. All right, this device here is your power converter. So what it does is it converts 110 AC, which is right here, regular household circuit breakers that are all labeled. It takes that power and converts it to 12 volt DC here. You got 12 volt fuses and they're all labeled. When you close this, if the fuse blows, it'll light up, so you'll be able to see it glowing. Also, as long as you're plugged in, it'll charge your battery and make sure it stays charged. So it does. It converts power from AC to DC, and it also will charge your battery. Alrighty, so your TV would mount here, of course. Now your sound right here, you can stream off a USB here. You can go straight into the system through this HDMI. You have 2 speaker zones inside and outside, zone 1 and zone 2, or in this case it's zone A and zone B. You could also use Bluetooth and stream from your phone or tablet, so it does everything you need it to do, okay? Alright, so this is your range hood. That's the fan, that's the light. Obviously your microwave works like any other microwave, so there's nothing unique about that. Your oven range is very simple. Hopefully he's got the gas on, I'm not even sure. We'll find out in a second here. Oh yeah. So you can see this sparks by turning it clockwise. This operates the burners. Now to light the oven, if you look down here, all the way at the bottom, all the way to the back, there's a pilot light. You can see it sparking there, the sparker. So what you do is you go to this knob here, which is all the way to the right. You go to the picture of the flame, which means pilot light. You depress it and hold it depressed. Then you're going to spark this by turning it clockwise until the pilot light lights down there. Once it lights, you can still continue to depress this. You wait about another 10 seconds or so, and then you can go to whatever operating temperature you want. Just keep in mind that when you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use it. This trailer is clean as a whistle too. This must be relatively new on the lot. Looks good. Alright, this is your refrigerator. It's very simple. The controls are up here. You can just set the temperature basically. Let me see what we've got here. This, you pull the cushions off, see they're velcroed on, and this is actually folds out, so you have a hide-a-bed there. This right here is where your table would fit, so you can store the table and the mount under here and get rid of it when you're traveling, that sort of thing. You don't have to have it sitting there. Just gives you more room. Alrighty, I'm going to just look around here. Okay, this is your thermostat. It's pretty basic. You just hit the bottom bar, which is mode. So right now we're off. Fan low, high, cool high, low, high auto. That's normally what you'll run it on, high auto. And then heat. Okay, and then off. So there's about a 6-second lag time. Let's say I choose the heat, it's going to take that long for it to turn on. When you do the air conditioner, same thing. There's just a bit of a lag time, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Alrighty, let me get some light here. This is a GFCI. Anytime you see a GFCI, you know that all the plugs around it are wired through it. So if you blow a plug that does not have GFCI on it, know that it's wired through a GFCI, so you'll always reset it through one of these. The thing to know about this toilet, or any RV toilet, if you're not familiar with them, that's antifreeze there. This is the flush pedal. When you flush it, that's the black tank directly below. Now you can't use this dry, right? So when you get to the campground, you hook up your water, your power, you know, that sort of thing. Then you'll come inside and step on the pedal. Water will come swirling out because you're hooked to city water. You just stand on it and put about a gallon or 2 or a gallon and a half, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is you just want to put some fresh water in here before you start using it. It has to have water in it to function properly. So keep in mind you always add water before you start using it. It'll default when it flushes to right here with water. So if you want to add more, you can just push this just a little bit. So it'll operate the valve, but not the trap. So when you push it like that, fresh water will fill up the bowl, and you can fill it as high as you want before you use it. Okay. Sink and shower, like I said, they work like any other one. Just what you would normally expect. Close that. Okay. So this trailer is winterized. You keep in mind that you're going to have to de-winterize it before you camp in it. The water heater's in bypass, so keep all that in mind. Your bedroom, you have a backer plate there to mount a swing out bracket, and there's your hookups there for a TV in here. The emergency window goes much like this. To use it as a regular window, you would just do that to get ventilation, but to escape, you'd push this all the way through. Then you would grab a hold of this tab and pull the screen out, and you can roll on out of the trailer that way in an emergency. Okay. All right, I think that covers it. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Keep in mind, it is winterized, and remember what I told you about inspecting your roof, or have somebody go up there every 90 days or so. You want to keep after it. Some years, sometime, when you do see some cracking or separation around the sealant, you get it taken care of immediately. You don't have to have the whole roof done, just the area that needs. I mean, it can be years. You just don't know. That's why you inspect it. Also, you inspect for damage from road debris and branches. You know, make sure there's no tear in the membrane or a vent cover broken or things like that. You just look it over, okay? Okay, thank you very much.